Hi, welcome to AI Research and Ethics, Lecture 1. I am Tarik Rashid, and today I take you through this class, the first class, which is designed for students in master's level in this subject. Now, artificial intelligence, often we call it AI, and it is a multidisciplinary field, which means we have mathematics, we have data sets, we have probability, we have statistics, we have data mining, data collection, matrices, vectors, and so on and so forth. There's also, this field can be subcategorized into several subfields, such as neural network, machine learning, and deep learning. Artificial intelligence is a method of making a computer work intelligently like a humankind. AI is accomplished by studying the patterns of human brain and by analyzing the cognitive process. Artificial intelligence mainly involves in using large data sets to identify patterns or samples, which are then applied to algorithms. There are ethical concerns arise in data collection, algorithm development, and the use of AI. One of the ethical concerns in AI, we call it bias in AI systems, which results from insufficient data and synthetic data or human-generated rules may be used to minimize bias. Now, what we mean by synthetic data, man-made data, fake data. In higher education, AI is used for institutional support, students' guide, and instructional purposes. The use of AI raises concern about privacy, openness, fairness, security, safety, responsibility, and accountability, and all these ethical handling of personal data. Institutions like the Institute for Ethical AI in Education have developed frameworks to guide AI usage in education, promoting fairness, learner control, and human oversight. However, there remain unresolved ethical dilemmas about when AI should be deployed and the potential social harm AI could cause. AI uses large data set, as we said. Machine learning always uses large data sets to identify samples, patterns, and create algorithms. There are some ethical issues which emerge in this process. One of them called data collection, ensuring data is representative, sample representative of all data. Algorithm development, minimize bias. And algorithm use, we should use this algorithm so that we do not harm a community. Now, bias in AI often caused by insufficient data or poor quality data. Deep learning can create unpredictable and opaque systems. Now, ethical principles often differ across organizations. I mean, there are ethical issues. We talk about them, such as transparency, accountability, privacy, and security. There's also divergence in guidelines based on regional, national, and international bodies, which each one of them has varying focus. European Commission, German Commission, IEEE Commission. So each one of them, they have different focuses. Uses of AI, we can use it in education to support students, to support admission, to support registry, to support HR, to support resource planning, and to support logistics in the institution. And ethical concerns are privacy and data protection and openness, fairness, and so on and so forth. Ethical frameworks in education, which is developed by the Institute for Ethical AI in Education 2021. They focus on the following points. AI should promote well-being and fairness. AI must be overseen by humans and should not discriminate. Learners and educators should understand AI's implications. There's also ethical dilemma. We can talk to them, and this table talks about 4 types of ethical dilemma. First one, clear ethical wrong, which is the options are ethically wrong, clear ethical answers. These are a clear ethical right answer, but it costs more time and effort. True ethical dilemma. There are 2 options, and they are both right. And we give you a scenario on this one. Uncertain ethically. This one, the options are ethically right, is uncertain. Now, we have at least one example for the first type, Volkswagen emission scandal. In 2015, it was discovered that Volkswagen had installed software in their diesel vehicles designed to cheat emissions test. This software detected when the cars were being tested for emissions and altered performance to meet regulatory standards. So what they have done, they installed the software, and this software designed to cheat emission tests. Okay, so this is ethically wrong. Now, this is bad for the environment. It has negative environment. It has a negative impact on the environment. It has negative impact on the trust, the consumer, the client, the customer. It has, there should be a legal action, and there should be a change in regulatory. There's clear ethical wrong, an AI system used by law enforcement to predict crime based on the historical data. This proportionately targets certain racial group due to biased data. Again, this is clear ethical wrong. So you are designing a system whereby only targets certain racial groups, okay, or certain groups. This would clearly be ethically wrong because there is obvious discrimination and violates principle of fairness and openness. And this is the second type. Again, another example of the second time, pharmaceutical companies conduct clinical trials to test the safety and efficiency of new drugs before they can be approved for the public use. Ethical considerations are paramount in this process, especially regarding participation rights and well-being. So, informed consent, fair selection. This is kind of clear ethical answer. So this one, clear ethical answer, the type. So here, consent, and there's appropriate consent taken from the participants, and fair selection of participants also considered by the researchers. There was also transparency, and there's also, after conducting the research, I mean, the participants were aware of the results and report given to them. Now, this builds the results and protects the rights of the participants. Clear ethical answer. Another example, a university uses AI to track student progress and provide early warnings to students at risk of failure, but ensures all data is anonymized and complies with data privacy regulations, while implementing proper safeguards takes time and resources. So the only disadvantage of this one, it is clear ethical answer, but the only disadvantage is that it takes time and resources. So the system, it's correct, but it takes time and resources. There is two ethical dilemma, right. Here we have a scenario, mental health professional dilemma. A mental health professional dilemma, such as a psychologist is treating a client, and this client confines that they are having violent thoughts and are considering harming a specific individual. So the client, in his mind or her mind, has a thought to harm some individuals, okay? And the psychological person or psychologist is treating this client. So the client has right to confidentiality. Psychologist has an ethical obligation to protect client's privacy and confidential. Again, on the other hand, the psychologist obliged to prevent the act of harm that can be caused by this client towards some individuals. So this is true ethical dilemma, right versus right. So this is another example of true ethical dilemma. And AI in healthcare can improve diagnostic accuracy, but it might replace human doctors' decision-making process. One option is to use AI to assist doctors in making better decisions, respecting human agency and autonomy, while the other option is to give AI full control for efficiency. So here we are trying to design AI system in healthcare. So one option is to allow AI can do decision, because AI can make more accurate decision and faster decision. But then again, the other option is to give AI full control for the efficiency. So both right, ethical dilemma. There's unclear ethical choices, gray areas. A company uses an AI algorithm to screen job applicants, aiming to increase efficiency and remove human biases in the hiring process. The algorithm analyzes resumes or CVs and ranks candidates based on specific criteria like experience, skills, and education. So this one kind of gray areas, okay? So potential bias in AI, although AI is meant to reduce bias, the algorithm might unintentionally amplify biases if it's trained on biased data or historical data. Okay, so there is a problem of transparency and openness. And there's also this, if the algorithm makes this decision, either algorithm is responsible or there's a problem with the data set. So where is the accountability? Where is the transparency? Privacy data. The algorithm requires access to large amount of personal data. This might be concerns about how this data is collected, stored, and used. Candidates may not fully understand how their personal information is being handled. So there's creating a gray area in terms of consent and privacy protection. So efficiency versus human judgment. There's a dilemma as well. Another example of ethical choices, unclear ethical choices, gray area we call it. AI system is used for job recruitment. While it can speed up hiring and reduce bias in human decision making, the system might unintentionally or learn biases from past hiring data, such as favoring certain schools or companies. It's unclear how to best design the system to avoid biases. While it's not entirely wrong, there are risks of ethical concerns. Thank you very much for today's class, and stay tuned with the next class. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.